Have a look at what I've got here. This is a spirea. Now, it seems small, but is massively mighty. It's hardy, it comes back every year, and it has these really cute little pink stems you can just see there, and gorgeous white flowers. It will get to about 1.5 meters by 1.5 meters in about 2 to 3 years. It really does grow. So even though it's in a 9 centimeter pot now, it's better off in either a really large pot or directly in the ground. And I think that's exactly what we're going to do with this. Now, the last few weeks have been incredibly busy. We built the greenhouse, we reenacted ground force, and we even did show garden design as well. So it's been here, there, and everywhere. So I think we're going to ground down a little bit and focus on some of the tasks that need doing in the garden. First of all, I need to get the archway sorted with some honeysuckle and get that planted up. The next thing I want to do is focus on some of the weeds because it's starting to take over a little bit in the garden. We need to get those gone. And then we need to actually load up the greenhouse and get that ready. And oh my God, I forgot Lusanda's greenhouse. Right, let's make an archway. What I've got here is a selection of honeysuckle, and this is the honeysuckle gold flame, which has a really nice kind of orange, that's not true. What I've got here is a selection of honeysuckle, and more specifically, it's known as the honeysuckle belchita, which has a fantastic dark red flower, which look amazing on this. It is also quite a quick grower too, so hopefully it should grow up this. But before I can plant it on my archway, I'm gonna need something for it to latch onto. Right, let's get all of this. Ah, it's already knotted. There we go. Right. Da, 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 da. Where's the end? Ah. Now, what I've got here is some really heavy-duty green twine. Now, you could use that green wire if you want to, but I'm going for twine. I'm feeling very natural today. And what I'm going to do is tie it up and make a bit of a spider's web all the way along so it's got something to latch onto. Because it's green, hopefully the foliage will eventually hide it, and all you'll see is honeysuckle. Well, that's the theory at least. There are two things I massively misjudged here. First of all, how fiddly the job was going to be. And second of all, how strong twine was. Okay, maybe this wasn't as strong as I thought. Anyway, as I was saying, twine, make sure you get yourself some heavy duty gardening wire. This won't break in 30 seconds and you can easily twist it amongst itself. And because it's green, you still won't see the honeysuckle. I tried to be eco-friendly, I really did. Armed with stronger wire, I got to work and started working on the trellis. But it turns out I can even bugger that up. By methods only described as raw talent, I seem to have managed to twist all of the wire among itself just by pulling it out of a simple hole. This is not going well. A few peaceful moments later... okay. Oh my God. Come on, there we go. Right. Oh, it continues. I finally finished the trellis. We're officially done. Look at that. It doesn't look too bad, does it? And remember, you're never going to see this when it grows. Need to put some plants in. Right. This is the cardboard from the greenhouse, and it's going to make a really good natural weed membrane. It's just plain old basic cardboard, no fancy print on it, which means I can lay this at the bottom of the beds, put the soil on top, it'll protect it from the weeds, but also break down over time, meaning the roots aren't stretched out. On you go. Now, you couldn't make this up at all, but the box is actually the perfect length for the beds. That's just a guess. Now, very important task when you're using cardboard as a weed membrane. Make sure you get rid of all this sticky tape and labels. We don't want any plastic in our soil, because this won't rot away as quick as the cardboard will. One of the questions I get asked when I just shove cardboard over the top is, why not dig up the soil? Why not break it up and, utilize all that ground? But actually, what you don't realize is this grass here is absolutely jam-packed full of nitrogen. As I'm starving it, it's going to get all moist, it's going to rot away. It's actually going to work as a bit of a slow release feed for my plants. So I just leave it and cover it. With my planter now successfully lined, I start filling it up with some compost. Right, that's 6 bags of compost in both bits and starting to look full. So now it just needs some plants. Right, now, slight confession here, because Mark did get me these honeysuckles about a week ago, and I put them in the corner and then decided to play ground force for a week. So unfortunately, it's a little on the dry side. So what I'm doing is just quickly filling up my wheelbarrow with a load of water, popping this in and rehydrating the soil. What happens with compost like this when it gets too dry? It repels water. So soak it in here for about an hour or so, and it'll be back to normal, and then I can plant it. Whilst I'm rehydrating the honeysuckle, what I'm going to do is use bloodfish and bone to kind of condition the soil. Now, you don't need much, you just need about 4 handfuls per metre square, and I'd say that's about that, so that's what I'll do. And I'll chuck it on top, and then I'll mix it all into the soil. Now, little fact about bloodfish or bone, it's really good for root development, and it's a slow release feed because it's a natural product, but it smells absolutely fantastic to dogs. So if your dogs are digging up your borders and you've used this, that's why. So make sure you bury it deep before they find it. Someone once asked me if bloodfish and bone is vegan friendly. Well, it's called bloodfish and bone. What do you think? Let's have a look, shall we? Right, shall we have a look? Now that is much better. Sorry, honeysuckles. Now, I grabbed 12 honeysuckles in total from Mark, and it's tempting to put 6 either side if you need it, but it's not going to make it grow any faster. If anything, it's going to hinder it. Remember, this has got a root system and it needs a good nutrient space. This will spread. Don't worry about that whatsoever. It'll soon climb up there. Don't think you can pack it in for an instant win. You're actually going to slow down the growth, make it worse. So instead, I'm going for 4 with a good 1.5 foot distance in between, which should give it plenty of nutrients. When you're planting up a new plant, the best thing you can do is take it out and just give the roots a really good rub. Look at that liquid coming out, that's fantastic. Dig a good size hole, don't usually go any deeper than the pot is already in, it should be fine, and place it in. You want to also, for any climbers, remove the cane in the center so that you can focus the growth on this trellis we've just made. The last thing you need to do is give it a really, really good water. Now, I know you've already soaked them in and they should be nice and hydrated, but actually what happens when you put wet plants in dry compost is the compost soaks all that moisture up and stresses it out. So the best thing you can do is really, really thoroughly water them in. And that also mixes all the nutrients as well. So gives it a good kickstart. How about that? 1 honeysuckle tunnel. Now, it may not be there yet, but give it time, give it time.
Whilst I was happy with my newfound slow-paced gardening, there was someone else in the house that was a little less impressed.
I'd like to talk to you as your manager and then as your wife.
Right.
As your manager, you're a lot busier than you seem to think you are. You have your show garden in June, Lou Sanders' greenhouse that you keep forgetting about, and on top of that, a book launch that you're going to this evening. And you're about with honeysuckles.
Okay, so I'm busier than I thought. I'll give you that.
Now that's been said, I'd like to speak to you as your wife.
Okay, yeah, no, bring on wife. I'm sure that's going to be better.
No, this is worse. You have single-handedly destroyed every part of our garden. Our decking looks like you've robbed a garden centre. There's boxes everywhere. You still haven't cleaned up all the rubbish from the polytunnel. And why is there like 13 water features on this deck?
Yeah, I suppose it's pretty bad. Yeah.
And on top of that, what is this?
Those are my dahlias.
Why are they here on the chair? Did they need to be here?
Well, I guess not. No, I could, yeah.
No, you can put them elsewhere. And whilst I'm at it, can you please stop smashing my mug?
I don't know what you're upset about. I bought you a new mug.
You got me a mug that's Muppet Treasure Island. It's not the same.
Yeah, but it's got Kermit on it.
From our point of view, we're disappointed.
Don't bring him into it. He's not even awake. He is unconscious. Those glasses are just hiding the fact he's asleep.
As much as I didn't want to admit it, Beth was right. It is starting to get a little bit messy, so tidy up time.
Right. Maybe it's a bit more messy than I remember. I think I'm probably going to need more than 1 bin bag.
As it happened, 1 bin bag was definitely not enough. Luckily, I learnt the art of fast motion from my ground force episode, so let's skip past all this.
It's been a grand total of about 26 seconds and I've already filled the bag. Now, I'm not really a fan of plastic waste, especially plant pots as well that we get from the garden centre. There's nothing wrong with them whatsoever. So what I'm actually going to do is bag these up. And you'll find in most local garden centres, like, well, Cherry Lane Garden Centre in mine, they have a pot reuse station where you can donate all these pots and other people can use them, which means it's not wasting, it's recycling, which makes me feel less guilty about throwing this all away. Now, when I first started out, I actually used this table as a demonstration when I was doing things like TikTok Live. So it's got a bit of a sentimental value to me. Without this table, I wouldn't have got big enough and I wouldn't be here doing this. So I think we've got to put this somewhere where it's going to actually be of some use. Maybe as a servings table or maybe even a bar. But there's no point getting rid of it. In a funny twist of fate, 30 seconds after I said I wasn't going to get rid of it, a leg fell off. Maybe it's time for it to go.
Despite the amount of rubbish, I was actually starting to get it clear.
Free barbecue, anyone? Well, I don't know about you, it looks a lot better. Now, in a really funny twist of fate, this blank space has actually given me a bit of an idea, because if you remember, on the other side of the garden over there, I've got tons and tons of scrap wood that I've either cut or taken from building sites that's becoming a bit of an eyesore, and I have an empty space there. So what I think I should do over the next few weeks is build some kind of a wood store or a log store, not too deep, only about 2 feet deep, and we can cut up all of the timber, put it here, and it should get that afternoon sun as well, which should hopefully dry it ready for winter. So it clears that mess, stops me dumping stuff here because there's actually something here. Double whammy. The problem is as well, now that that greenhouse is here and looking magnificent, the rest of the garden, well, it just looks embarrassing. So I've got a bit of a standard I need to set.
Now, speaking of greenhouses, you're probably wondering what the greenhouse I designed for Lusanda's is starting to look like. Well, the builders have started working on it, and I've not got to Margate to have a look at it myself yet, but for now, have a quick sneak peek.
Look at this. I'm so happy. Craftsmanship at its best. It's stunning. Thank you, Ish. I mean, I can't believe my luck. It seems to be missing the glass, actually. Does it need glass? I said I've got some purple wood paints. I could paint the whole thing purple, and they went, can you leave it till we've gone? And I said, yeah.
My dad called. He loved the pub garden, and so did the board.
Oh, well, that's good news.
He wants you to do some more pub gardens for him.
Well, how many's he got?
1,300.